Topic for week 18 is deceptive skating. If we look at the word deceptive, another word for that would be misleading. So when I talk about misleading with your skating as a tactic, what I mean is making the opponent think that you're going to do something or go one direction before changing and going the other. So as an example, it might be a defenseman going back for a puck, make the forechecker think that you're going to turn left before you turn right and escape the pressure. So a few keys, and deceptive skating has there's a lot of different ways to do it, a lot of different tricks and tactics. We're going to look at a couple examples, but here's some keys that are involved in a lot of the tactics you're going to see. So number one for deceptive skating is to understand where the open ice is. So if I want to mislead my opponent to go the wrong way, basically, before I go the opposite, I need to understand where that open ice is. So if the open ice is to the right side, I want to fake to the left before I go back to the right, as an example. Second key point here is feeling pressure and using it to your advantage. If you have pressure on you, that means there's open ice behind that pressure somewhere. And those good players are able to actually use pressure to their advantage. They get players right on their back, right on their hips, and then they quickly spin off or move the opposite way. And what happens is if that forechecker or if that opponent pressuring is really close to you, you can get him taken out of the play. You can lose that player through a quick move, as long as you accelerate out of that move. The third point here is turning your opponent's feet. So in all these clips, you're going to see the player that's defending here. He is forced to turn his toes or turn his feet before a move is made. And as soon as that opponent's feet are turned, you have an opportunity to beat him the other way. The fourth point I mentioned briefly there is making sure that you accelerate out of your move to create separation. So if you make a move on a player who might be on your back, it's close, you have to be able to take a few steps to accelerate to create a gap and a separation there, that forechecker or that defensive player is out of the play and out of the picture. So we'll look at a couple examples here. This first one's off a face-off win here. This is a good slow motion look here. So this defensive player here uses what's called a punch stop. So what he's going to do is he's going to drive this foot right here, his right foot, into the ice on his outside edge, and he's going to quickly cut back the other way. What you're going to see here before he does that is he shoulder checks. His head is looking back at where this player is. He gets this player on the inside with his toes turned this way. So he's going to punch stop with his right foot and accelerate out the other. So now he's got that player on his back. And the key now is that fourth point we talked about, the acceleration. Couple quick steps. Now you've got that separation created. And I'll let this one run again. This one's in full speed. You can see right there the punch, the acceleration, and the separation that happens. Another example, this one is again a defenseman. This time he's carrying the puck back. So he's carrying the puck. He knows that the forechecker here is coming straight on. So in order for this player to make a move, okay, he needs to get this player in Calgary here to commit one way. Now it could be maybe he wants to commit him to the boards and cut the other way, but in this example what he's going to do is he gets off the wall, he gives himself a little bit of distance here from the wall so he has room to cut back. He's going to fake to the middle, turning the defensive player's toes. So turn the forechecker player's toes this direction. He is also going to use a punch stop with his right foot and curl off that way. I'll back it up. I'll just let you watch that one again. Turn, punch stop, accelerate out the other way. He's now lost that pressure, lots of time and space in front. Now for the forwards, we're going to look at two different examples. This one you've probably seen before. It's a famous clip of Sidney Crosby working down low, an area that he's very good at. So as he gets this puck, I want you to think about where the open ice is. He has pressure, all right here on him. The number one thing that he does is he protects the puck. And in one of the earlier weeks, we talked about puck protection, putting your body in between. He protects the puck, which allows him to keep his feet moving and look for open ice. So right here, he's now got the puck in a good protection spot. He tries to attack. He knows there's open ice here, but then it gets closed off. So when that ice gets closed off, he identifies the defensive player's stick is on my back, he's on my back, now the open ice is back here. So he's going to quickly pivot, accelerate to create a little bit of separation now. The open ice is here. Tries to take that ice, but he realizes the defensive player now closes it off. So what does he do? Cuts back. Where's the open ice? It's in behind. He's going to attack that open ice, protecting the puck. Here he uses a free hand to protect. Once again, it's hard to see because the net's in the way, but the defensive player, Spezza, his toes are now turned this way. The open ice is here, so Crosby's going to fake, cut back towards the open ice, and eventually get the puck to the point for a goal. So that's a really good clip just for understanding where the open ice is and using that pressure to your advantage, having that player on your back, being able to spin off quickly. And this is a different example. This is McDavid off the rush. And I want you to watch this as deceptive skating with a bit of a change of pace. So right now, McDavid crosses the line, and he opens up just enough for this defensive player to think that McDavid's going to cut into the middle of the ice. So if you watch his feet right here, his feet stall. So when he anticipates that McDavid's going to go to the middle of the ice, he stalls his feet. If I ask again the question, where's the open ice? It's in behind. So he fakes to the inside to create a speed difference before he walks to that open ice in behind.